Hi breathers, welcome to this breakdown of the 4-7-8 breathing technique. In this video, you're going to learn not only how to do the 4-7-8, but you'll also learn a couple of different variations of it, which ones I prefer over others, plus at the end, I'm going to give you a different breathing technique that I prefer the most to fall asleep quick and stay asleep long. So let's get started. The 4-7-8 is an unequal ratio breath. In pranayama, we call this a Vishama Vritti. Now, the 4-7-8 only has three parts to it: an inhalation, a retention, which means you're holding the breath in, and an exhalation. Now, I personally prefer a variation of the 4-7-8 that adds that fourth part of breath, which is the suspension, where you hold the breath out. But for most people, you'll be taught with just three parts of breath. Now, the traditional way that a lot of people like to teach the 4-7-8 is breathing in through the nose for 4, holding the breath in the body for 7, and then taking a variation of breathing out from the mouth, which creates a little bit of audibility, for 8. Now, I personally do not prefer this variation of the technique. I don't subscribe to breathing out from the mouth when you're trying to get the benefit of falling asleep. You bypass warming and humidifying the exhalation, which kind of prepares for your next inhalation. And you're also not taking full advantage of optimizing and accessing and really turning on those nitric oxide receptors. So a lot of times you're going to see the 4-7-8 taught with this exhale from the mouth. A lot of people like to make it a whooshing audible sound. It kind of sounds like one of those white noise machines. You are more than welcome to try this out, see how it works for you. But in my experience, this is not the variation that is going to really help you sleep the best. So another way that you can do the 4-7-8 is using your nose the entire time for the inhale and for the exhale. You can also add an extra breathing technique to the entire 4-7-8, which is known as Ujjayi. And this is where we restrict the glottis, the opening of the throat, by taking the vocal cords and bringing them a little closer together. It's very similar when you're whispering and it makes the vocal cords go a little bit closer and the glottis becomes a little bit more narrow. And this is not only to help create audibility and sensation and tangibility to the breath, but it's also a way to make it easier to extend that exhale for 8 seconds. All right, so last but not least, when I do the 4-7-8, I add that fourth part of breath to suspension. So instead of it being a 4-7-8, I actually do a 4-7-8-2. So I'm breathing in for 4, using Ujjayi through my nose. I'm holding it in for 7. I'm breathing out for 8, using Ujjayi from the nose. And then I'm holding another 2 seconds before I go into the next round for 4, 7, and 8, and then 2. So we'll do that one together. The most important about any rhythm technique, whether it's an unequal ratio or an even ratio breathing technique, is that your cadence is always the same. So for some people, 4-7-8 might be 4-3-2-1, 7-6-5, 4-3-2-1, 8-7-6. And the whole important thing is that no matter what number you're on, no matter what part of breath you're on, it's always the same cadence. For other people, they might like a 4-3-2-1, 7-6-5, 4-3-2-1, and allowing that to be the cadence. So most important, just stay with a cadence and a rhythm that is really going to be easy for you, because when you're trying to fall asleep, you don't want to have to think too hard. Okay, so let's try one together. Take a complete reset breath. Just breathe in and just breathe out. Breathe in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Breathe in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Awesome. Take a deep breath in. Just let it go. Another trick that you can do is instead of doing 4, 7, 8, 2, or without the 2, is just counting straight through to 19 if you're doing 4, 7, 8, because if you add it all together, it's 19, or just doing 20, 21 if you're adding the little bit of suspension on the end. I personally like to just count to 20 when I'm doing this, when I'm trying to fall asleep. I really extend my count, so it's a nice, long, slow count, and I just remember the numbers of 4, 11, and 19, because 4 is what I'm breathing in until, then I stop and I pause. 11 is what I'm holding my breath in until, and then I go into the exhale, which I'm breathing out until 19, and then I just take a pause at 20, and then I go right into the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, 6 as I start to hold my breath, and so on and so forth. Now, if you have any questions or comments or suggestions about how this technique works for you, please pop them in the comments below. Now, if you want my opinion on what I think is the best way to allow yourself to fall asleep and stay asleep, this is a simple, what's known as a Samavriti without the suspension or the retention. And it's a 2-part variation of Samavriti where you're breathing into the belly for half of the inhale, breathing into the heart for the remaining half of the inhale, exhaling from the belly for the first half of the exhale, exhaling from the chest for the second part of the exhale. So it's a 3 inhale to belly, 3 inhale to heart, 3 exhale from belly, and 3 exhale from heart. And this creates a really beautiful rhythmic wave, not only wave of the breath coming in for 6, going out for 6, coming in for 6, going out for 6, but also of the respiratory muscles, going in for belly to 3, going into heart for 3, going out for belly for 3, going out from heart for 3. Try that one on your own. You can do the Ujjayi with it as well, but as long as you're just paying attention to breathing in low lungs for 3, in high lungs for 3, out low lungs for 3, out high lungs for 3, and just keep that rhythm and wave going, chances are you're going to probably fall asleep pretty quickly. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to pop them in the comments below. And if you didn't know, Breath Guidance has a phenomenal sleep breath program. So if you want to learn more, head over to breathguidance.com, get notified, and that will also put you onto our email list to receive breath bonuses just like this one into your email box every single Monday. Thank you so much for being a breather. I'm Danny May, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.